Hello and welcome to Gaia GPS. This is where we pull cards for the weekly astro energy. I don't know what I'm saying actually, if you would like to do something, if you'd like to join us, that was kind of our old way, but now we're doing it this way. So, I don't know, if you want, tune in to us every week. Let's just get started. I'm here with Nicole Oman.
Hi.
And I'm silly, so let's just jump in. I'm Mimi, actually. So we are beginning this week. We have actually a big shift this week. We have a big shift of Jupiter into Virgo. And that is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, August 11th. But first, we're going to start with the moon in Cancer. The moon in Cancer is taking us through this last day of Jupiter in Leo, Jupiter in Leo, and into Jupiter in Virgo tomorrow. And I love actually that the Cancer energy is taking us into this because I really feel like, and you can dive into this deeper with a video Nicole and I recorded for Jupiter and Virgo, but sometimes when planets shift, there's disappointment, like, oh, what I really wanted didn't come. And I think that's natural, but I think that it's really important to recognize that Jupiter in Leo is about the creativity aspect of it. It's about the inspiration aspect. Jupiter in Virgo is more likely where the physical manifestation will come about. So moon in Cancer, I feel, is just helping us tune into our feelings so that we can put a little bit more of this feeling energy into our creations, into our fertility for Jupiter shifting into Virgo. So that being said, first card I pulled for moon in Cancer, success. And I think this is one of the best feelings for, putting things in the vortex. I love the Abraham language of that. Putting things into that, pulling it from that infinite freedom, infinite potential energy, and just knowing, like, it's there, it's done, it's happening, and letting that feeling come through you. And the other card I pulled is understanding. And there's a lot of energy this week, it feels like, about, like, I don't know, flying, trusting your wings, trusting that you've put the right energy into place and you're safe to fly. It's like that quote, when you come to the edge and you jump off, you will either be caught or you'll be given wings. And that's what I actually feel with this understanding card. It's here, you've been given your wings. Trust them. And going along with that, the goddesses, golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And I see Nicole dancing. It's funny because we just literally talked about something like this. So moon in Cancer is holding some good energy for this shift that's happening tomorrow.
Okay, so I have a theme on my cards. I just pulled them. Now I'm pulling the Osho deck, and I just got this new deck that is totally resonating with me, so I thought I'd bring them. Don't know them as well, so I'm still learning, but these are called the Return of Spirit cards, and they are just beautiful, and so hopefully they resonate with you as well. Okay, so what I'm getting as we have this moon in Cancer, and like she said, it is flowing us into this new shift of this the Leo to a Virgo. So I am getting a very, very clear message on this. First, I got the inner voice card, okay? And then I got the prayers card and I got the storm card. So let me put this all a little together for you. So it says that the storm card is a representation of that it might have been a bit of a rocky road and you went through some tough times. And it almost felt like you felt abandoned by your higher guidance system or your inner voice or that deeper kind of through line that maybe you felt in the past. So it clouded all of that. But just know that maybe today you'll realize that the experience that you've had in this Leo-Jupiter thing really was for your highest and greatest good. And you really did benefit, and they were with you the entire time. Because this prayers card tells me, this usually says that your guides are listening. and they're communicating, and they hear your prayers, and they're here guiding you. And just because you might have been in a storm doesn't mean that you were abandoned. You went through the storm for an experience because you needed the experience. So reconnecting today to the inner voice, the deeper wisdom behind the facade of like things falling apart. Trust me, I'm going through the same thing. Things are falling apart, but it's for a higher purpose. Your guides heard your prayers, and to give you that, things have to fall apart for you to be guided by your inner voice to something better. But it's all working out in perfect timing and harmony. So just trust the process. Trust that you are being divinely guided.
I love it. And you're gonna laugh at the card that I pulled for Jupiter in Virgo. Inner voice. Here it is. So Jupiter shifts into Virgo early in the morning on Tuesday, August 11th. And Nicole and I were saying how awesome 11 is like the number. It's the number of Chiron. It's the number that corresponds with Virgo astrologically. So, and it's funny because this is actually the 2 card, but if you look, it's an 11. 1, 1 right there. 11, 11, 11.
11 is also the healer's number. I think Mimi might have froze. That's okay. So 11 is the healer's number, and because of that, it's also a master number. 2 is also about wisdom. So wisdom in the healing. So 1 plus 1 is 2, obviously. And so getting that divine wisdom through your healing. So let me grab, geez. Okay, so I got the prayer card again from the other deck. Of course I did. And so I pulled this card, but I didn't show it for the last one, but I pulled it again. So they wanted me to talk about it more. This is the experience card. And then I got the courage card. So for tomorrow, for Tuesday, the 11th, what I'm getting for Jupiter going into Virgo is you're being guided. Your prayers are being answered. They are trying to make it very clear to you, just because you do not see it right at this moment, it is happening, and to trust that. It's the experience card tells me that you've been experiencing all the things that you needed to get you to this point, but you're still going to need to have certain amount of experience to be credible. So trust this process. Also, I get a small voice going, connect with nature. Experience the nature a little more.
Go outside.
Yeah, so Mimi will finish in just a moment. And then, how funny. I didn't even know that. And there you go. See, they are totally in it. Because go outside, experience nature. Virgo is about Mother Nature. Virgo is I call her the daughter of the daughter of Mother Nature. So, like, be the daughter of this mother and connect to the wisdom of your natural self, of where are you out of your own alignment. And everybody has their own. So connect to your own nature, right? And nature will teach you that. And then I have that courage card. Keep going. Have the courage to keep going. Even if it looks a little scary, keep, not pushing, but just keep growing. Keep growing. Again, think to nature. They're not thinking about it. They're just growing. There's no other choice. They just have to blossom.
I love that. Sorry, my computer is as wonky as my mind is. So we started with inner voice, and I think Nicole covered that, and go outside, which I think is such amazing info for this. The other 2 cards that actually, this one jumped out, and it's funny because I pulled this card on our special that we did, Jupiter and Virgo, Nicole. So check out that. You know, Jupiter expands anything that it touches. So Jupiter and Virgo, it can expand that over analysis. It can bring up the like, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And that can get really stressful. And it's funny because what jumped out with it was also laziness, stress and laziness. And it's funny because Virgo isn't the card of balance, but like Nicole said, alignment. Find your flow in between these energies. Maybe you have to take some time off and relax and smell the flowers and be outside with nature and reconnect and listen to your other voice. If you get to this point, I always look at this monkey as the mind. And I always say, take your monkey out for a walk. Your monkey's gonna like pop your bubble. Your mind, when your mind is like just too much and you're not listening to it, the mind plays tricks. The mind can be very mischievous. So if you feel this during this next year, this is gonna be a year of Jupiter and Virgo. If you get to this place where you're doing too much, find your balance. And I do think going outside, breathing the air. If it's cold, it's winter, breathing the air to connect. And that's going to help you connect to that inner voice, which is going to help you, recalibrate, realign. So I guess we'll just move into the next thing since Nicole already pulled her cards. Moon is shifting into Leo on Wednesday, and this is preparing us for the new moon, which is on Friday, new moon in Leo. And only one card actually came out for it, but I love this. Moon in Leo, with all this Leo energy, breakthrough. And this card, it's funny, I usually associate this card with Uranus. It's a very much Uranus card, breaking through. But if you look at it, look at that white light in the middle. It is a big white heart coming through in the middle, in the front, in the middle of her chest. And that's what I think we're breaking through with all this Leo energy, with just finishing Jupiter and Leo, moving into Virgo. Like, we've got that lesson. We expanded our light, and it's broken through so many of our blocks. And I think this is beautiful because this is the kind of light that we want behind our intentions. When I was with Soul Garden for new moons, they called it light casting, sending that light intention out with your intentions with the new moon. And so here's your light. Look at where it's coming from. And it's just lighting everything up. And the card I pulled, focused intention from the goddesses. Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So I think this moon in Leo is starting this new moon energy. Like, okay, light up, get your intentions focused, because this is going to be a big new moon.
That song, I forget who it's from, but it's like, light up, light up.
That always comes in my head.
Have a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Snow Patrol. And yeah, it pops into my head all the time when I'm like saying light up, as if you had a choice.
Yeah. Like if you have, and you hear the voice deep inside you, dear. I think that's how it goes. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what it is. It's that inner voice keeps talking. It's like, light up. You have to go for it and focus on that. So I picked possibilities. Only one came up for me too. For the moon. Now this is not the new moon, but this is for the moon. It's getting that eagle's eye look on your life to see your possibilities. So it's like, see what you want to focus on. See the bigger picture. And know that there are possibilities out there. And then I got, for this, is the Celestial card. And what this means, and I love this card, it means that again, it's like this higher guidance keeps coming and going, we're guiding you here. We're guiding you. You're not alone in this. We have you. We're guiding you. And it says, and I wanted to read this, your divine celestial beings are asking you to hold on to your faith, to trust the journey of discovery that you're taking and believe in yourself. They ask you to simply take action and step forward, whether you feel confident or not. It's the movement forward that matters most. You just might make a discovery about yourself in a way that you least expected. And so what I love that, because it almost goes with that, like, Focus your intention and keep moving forward. You're going to doubt yourself, and that's okay. That's part of the journey. Just keep swimming, but just keep going, because nothing worth doing is going to be easy. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to come up against your shit. Just keep going. And that break through it, that Mimi, love it.
Love it. All right. So then that channels us into the new moon in Leo on Friday morning. That's happening at 7:53 a.m. Pacific time. And it is at 21 degrees. And speaking of the wings, the Sabian symbol, I was looking at it, and it's about chickens running around dizzily trying to fly. And it's interesting, the cards and that the chickens trying to fly. The first card that came is flowering. And that's what I feel like the chickens are actually trying to do. They're not trying to fly because, like they're like chickens. We don't really fly that well. That's fine. But I think they're just trying to find, how do they reach their highest point? How do they uncover who they really are? How do they find their wings and use their wings? Whatever your wings may be, it's time to flower, blossom, bloom into this. And I know I pulled this card with the full moon that we had at the beginning of Leo. And now here we are in this new moon in Leo, creating a fresh start. And the other two cards that I love, it's saying, hey, and this is so like our conversation that Nicole and I had before, participation and we are the world. You're not in this alone. You don't have to go this alone. I think sometimes that Leo energy, it can feel like, just like the Aquarius energy, they're, two sides of the same coin. It can feel kind of alone. And this is saying, hey, you're not alone. Work with your friends. Work with your like-minded peeps. Nicole always says, like, who's on your team? Get with the people who are on your team. And I'm actually going to read you what We Are the World says, because I love this. It says, life has been given to you to create and to rejoice and to celebrate. When you cry and weep, when you're miserable, you are alone. When you celebrate, the whole existence participates with you. Only in celebration do we meet the ultimate, the eternal. Only in celebration do we go beyond the circle of birth and death. Saying, get with your peeps, celebrate! And that's so Leo. Bring on the party vibe. And then from the goddesses, another card with moon, fertility, Ostara. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, give birth to new conditions. And that's what the new moon is all about, just putting those intentions out there. Like, I have this wild idea. I want to create this. Just put it out there and then trust that things are going to be shown to you to unfold. And people are going to show up to work with you, to celebrate your ideas. And if they don't, maybe it's time to walk away from those who can't celebrate with you and find your new tribe.
I think that's so important for this new moon in Leo. And if you really think about Leo, the lion, right? The males like to be alone, but the women, they hunt in packs. They go out and they do it together. I'm not saying that if you're a male, you need to do this alone. I'm not saying that at all. But look at like that kind of that feminine energy of like, we need to do, we need to support each other at this point. So if you are a woman, you can't do that. You can't do your thing alone. You have to do it. And we just got to heal our sisterhood just a little deeper, instead of pulling each other down, to really raise each other and really support each other. Because women have a tendency to go, if she has that, then I can't. If she has beauty, if she has success, then she took something away from me. And that is not the case. We can all be beautiful and goddesses all together and supporting each other. So my cards, Mimi will appreciate this. The silence card, which is the moon card in general astrology, which I think is kind of awesome that I got the moon card. So silence. So then I got, even cooler, transformation. And I got the power card. So here's what I get. On this new moon, this is Friday at what, 7:15?
7:53 a.m. Pacific time.
Pacific time, okay. So at around 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, if you can, or the build up to it, this is a really good time, like Mimi said, to set intention, but you have to go in. It is setting this really connected intention, right? So as you go into your silence, you go within, into this place, I think a lot of transformation will happen for you. You'll get some clarity. Because I love this transformation card. It has the phoenix. It also has a sword, cut the shit, cut old ties, at breaking chains. It's the blossoming of the lotus. It's the balance of the yin yang, and it is the shedding of the skin of the snake. So, and then this being is holding the mouth of the face. It's also saying, let's be silent and do it within. What you'll find is this is the power card. This is also the card of the solar plexus. It is getting your will. This is very Leo too, like the will and self-esteem, like Leo's, that sun, right? It's finding your power. You need your power to go and do this. So it's building that solar plexus. And for women, and I know I keep going to the women thing, our hardest chakra to open is our solar plexus. Men, it's usually the heart. But women, it is our self-esteem, and it is our own willpower to do what we know is right. And I think for this new moon is really being able to go in and trusting yourself and rebuild your sense of power. And you got this.
I love that. Awesome. All right, so that new moon in Leo shifts into moon in Virgo next day, Saturday. And that moon in Virgo is going to be meeting up with Jupiter newly in Virgo. So it's going to have this strong Virgo energy. And the first card I pulled is actually moment to moment. And this card is saying to me, like, you know what? You don't need a plan. Listen to what feels good. Maybe it's a new Virgo vision. Instead of the old, like, to-do list, like I have to do this. How do I feel? Virgo, to me, is really about tuning into your physical body and listening how you feel and going from that. And how your body feels, it changes from moment to moment. So you're like, okay, I wake up, I feel like cleaning the house. In the afternoon, I need to go outside and hike. I need to connect with nature. Instead of the, like, this is my plan and this is how I'm doing it. I think have that new vision, hold space for processing as you actually physically feel. And speaking of physically feeling, I pulled the compassion card from Kuan Yin. It says, release judgments about yourself and others, focus on the love light that is within everybody. And I was looking in the book before this, and one of the things, like the additional readings, I felt like I had to look, and it was like, release your perfectionism. And there can be that perfectionism around that Virgo. And that's where I think the new vision and the moment to moment comes in. Who are you being perfect to? Whose standards? Who set that, and whose standards are you upholding? And does it feel good for you? And if it doesn't, have some compassion for yourself and listen to your physical body and do what's right for you. Because I think that's going to be one of the ultimate things that we're going to be processing through and doing as a whole with Jupiter in Virgo, is really learning how to tune into our own physical body and listen to the wisdom that it's sharing with you. It knows so much and is sharing with you so much in any given moment. Pay attention.
I love that moment to moment card for Virgo, because Virgo is all about the moment, and piggybacking on that, I feel as though sometimes we get caught in everybody else's generalities and these like standards that we think like, oh, we should all do this diet, or we should all be vegans, or we should all do, paleo. No. Everybody has their own balance of doing it. And it's balance, but it's their own, their own way. And every body is different. And it's just like what you talked about with nature. You have to let go of what everyone else and their judgments of how you're doing it, or judgment on yourself. If it's not working for you, you got to let it go. Whether you believe that to be, if you're a vegan and you're getting really sick because your body needs something, maybe a little egg or something, you have to let that go and be in the moment and really listen to what you're being called to do. And it's your path, okay? Not someone else thinking that that's the way you should do it. You gotta listen to what you need and trust that. So what I got was the creator card for this moon in Virgo, and I got the commitment card.
Oh.
So I love this. I love this because I feel like this is in my life right now. It's like you're about to create something, and it's right here. Look at the solar plexus. You know, it's right in the womb, right? So that's where we create. And so it, you know, it's in the womb, it's in this chi space, and it's like, commit to this creation. You want to write a book, commit to it. Virgo's like, let's do it. You know, if you want to create a class, commit to it. Commit to it differently. If you want to create a child, commit to that. If you want to create better relationships, commit to that. So feel what you want to create, and it is time on Saturday to make a commitment in that Virgo and make it real. If you want to commit to if you want to do a diet, create a diet for yourself. Commit to it. No fat, no, I'll do it when I need. No. You have to commit. And that commitment, as I hold on to my ring, in marriage, it's like with that commitment, good, bad, and ugly, we're going through it. So if you're going on a new diet and it sucks for the first couple weeks, you've got to commit. Commit. Because it's not always going to be pretty. Commit to your creation.
Absolutely. I love that. And that just reminds me. It reminds me of that new vision card that I pulled. And it's so perfect because, you know, I didn't say this, but, you know, Saturday, we're still in the new moon energy. We're not right on top of it, but we're still in that energy. So making that commitment and allowing that creation to come through, you're still just embodied in that new moon stuff that just, you know, goes out to the universe and helps. And, you know, I didn't say this, but one of the reasons behind the new moon being so powerful is that the moon and the sun are lined up astrologically. They're lined up in the sky. That's why we don't see the moon. And so you have both of these powerful energies, the feeling and the vitality, helping bring your dreams into fruition. And meanwhile, you know, Venus is there too, helping. So it's a lot of amazing power coming through with this new moon.
Yeah. We have a good week. We have a lot of big stuff happening.
Yeah.
And that one shift with that Jupiter shift Jupiter shifting is always a big energy anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know, so that's enough to really feel that. And you've got the power. You've got the power. It's just trust yourself, trust the process, and trust that you are being guided. You really are having support. Who's on your team? Get your team. Let's go. I feel like that right now too, Mimi. It's like, come on, Mimi, let's go.
Woo, let's go. All right, so that is it for today. But if you'd like to get more from Nicole Oman, check her out at NicoleOman.com. She posts daily cards that she pulls on her Instagram. What's Coaching with Nikki is your Instagram?
Yeah, it's Coaching with Nikki on my Instagram, or you can check me out on Facebook. I think it's under Nicole Oman, and you can get them on there as well. So Facebook's kind of funny. It kind of will only give to certain people. So if you really like them, subscribe to them, because then, you know, they're nice little tidbits, quick tidbits to kind of support you.
Yeah. And then, you know, we have it all on Gaia Blooming, our Gaia Blooming Facebook page. And of course, for more about the Daily Astro, check out the daily videos, which are available on Gaia Blooming, GaiaBlooming.com, and on YouTube. So check us out. We're all over the place. And we love to hear from you. So feel free to like, comment, share, and we always respond. So I always respond. I'm a big responder. So that's it for today. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful Jupiter shift, and have a beautiful new moon. Namaste.
Namaste.